gluten-free Avenger, and this is part 2 of our Italian feast. This is, Parmesan chicken.
Parmesan chicken.
Parmesan chicken. It's very different than chicken Parmesan, I learned.
That's true.
Why is that?
So Parmesan chicken is the Parmesan in the breadcrumbs on the chicken.
Okay.
Whereas...
But the Parmesan will be in the breadcrumbs.
Yes, it will be in the breadcrumbs.
But it's like a thick, more Parmesan?
So chicken Parmesan is thicker breaded chicken with slices of Parmesan on top, usually served with marinara sauce.
Got it. Okay, so this is Parmesan chicken. Woo! Glad we got that out of the way. All right, so basically we have our 4 chicken breasts pounded out. I didn't do it. We had my husband do it. Yay! Yay! So that was very nice. So we have that. And then we have all of these plates. So it's a lot of. It's like an assembly line. It's kind of like making tamales. Okay, so basically the first plate is the flour mixture, and we have the salt. So add that to that, and then we add some pepper. I'm just gonna kind of wing it. Looks good to me. And then we're just gonna whisk it in this a little bit. Does that look good enough? All right, just
Combined.
Okay, and the whole thing on the plate?
Yeah, the whole thing goes on the plate.
It's very messy.
It is very messy. My hands will get dirty.
All right.
And spread it out.
These plates have both have little channels in the middle. Okay, so then we move on to the egg mixture. I'll let you start on that.
Okay, so just pouring the water into the eggs and whisking it up. Just so the yolks break and everything's all combined. And then we're going to pour the egg mixture onto the second plate. Also very messy. That'll work.
Okay. So then the third and final plate is going to be our gluten-free breadcrumb mixture. So we used Glutino breadcrumbs for this, and I could not find any that were already seasoned. So we added 2 tablespoons of this Italian seasoning. Yay, seasoned breadcrumbs. There you go. So if you can't find them, it's really easy, just season them yourself. Okay, so we have our seasoned breadcrumbs and a half cup of Parmesan. Okay.
Just whisk it up again. Everything's whisked in this thing.
I like my whisks. That's why I have so many. Just makes it easy.
Okay, so we're all whisked, and that goes on to the last plate. Yeah.
All right, wow. It's like mounds of stuff here.
It's gonna go everywhere.
Okay. Great. No. Okay, so we have nice clean paws, and my hair's all wet. There. So and then what do?
You take the chicken,
okay,
and you do both sides real quick on the flour.
Both sides. This is the first time I've ever done this, by the way. All right, and then flip it over. Oh, and this is gluten-free, obviously, all-purpose flour, just so that every piece of it's covered.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you don't have any like sticky.
Yeah, you don't want anything sticky.
Okay.
You want breadcrumbs everywhere too.
Okay.
So then,
that look good.
yeah.
All right.
Then same thing into the eggs.
And so the eggs, it doesn't make the flour come off.
It makes it come off a little bit, but the egg is what makes it stick. Yeah.
So we have that. There you go. All right, I'm gonna make sure that you guys see every little bit of the production line here. All right, so
Make sure everything's good and covered.
how does that look?
Good. And then onto the last plate.
Does that look good?
Yep.
All right, and this last plate has parchment paper. All right, I'm gonna let you do it.
Oh, yay.
We can see who's better.
Get my hands all dirty.
Well, come on. I'm not gonna. So we're using all gluten-free, obviously, for this. Does it look different? Is anything performing differently?
No. I mean, obviously, you know, the breadcrumbs look different,
Right.
but
These are actually made out of corn. They're corn breadcrumbs. But you gotta go with what you can find sometimes, you know? So it's really, it's the real world, right?
Yep.
So I actually thought of making my own breadcrumbs from Edie's bread, which I actually eat all the time, but then I just thought, it's more realistic if I actually do with what I find. All right.
Almost. You never use all the breadcrumbs. You have all this, but...
So they're not used like at the end or anything?
No. It's really just there to make sure everything's coated, but you're not actually like, because you know, it's a really thin coating, see?
Right.
So you're never really going to use this giant cake.
So like say, because obviously the recipe calls for 4 to 6. I decided to do just 4 because there are going to be 3 of us eating, including my husband. The 4th one, if we can just heat it up later. Do these heat up well?
Yeah, they
Okay.
do heat up pretty well.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you might want to put like a wet paper towel over the top of it so the breadcrumbs stay crispy.
How does a wet paper towel make the breadcrumbs stay
I
crispy?
really don't know,
Oh,
but it does.
Really?
It's a very
like,
odd thing my mother taught me. She's like, she made me do it on lasagna and it worked perfectly.
crazy.
And it makes things not get gooey, you know, when bread gets overheated.
Because you would think just the opposite.
Yeah, it's very odd. I think it's the steam. I don't know.
Interesting. Okay, so look at that. We've got 4 of those. They're all together, and we're gonna go to the stove and cook them up. We'll be right back. Okay, so now we're back over here by the stove, and I have my cast iron skillet at medium-high heat. What do we have in there?
We've got 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter.
And it's been heating up really nicely, and now I'm ready to add the chicken. So, I'm gonna add that in. Woo! Be careful, because it splashes up at you.
It will be that.
And there we go. Yes. Okay, so this stays like this for 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah,
correct?
on each
Okay.
side.
It already looks really good. So we actually had the chicken breasts, we actually had to cut them in half. Once we pounded them out, they were so large, we had to actually cut them in half. So it's actually only 2 ginormous chicken breasts. But, you know, just play with it a little bit, but you definitely want it to be something that you can turn, right?
Right.
Because otherwise it's
They have to be manageable.
kind of crazy. It kind of reminded me of like the chicken fried steaks in Texas that like fall off the pan, I mean off the plate, you know? They serve it on a platter. That's kind of what the chicken reminded me of. So, don't want that because it'll definitely get all over you. So, it smells like amazing.
It's really good. It's one of my favorite recipes to make.
Yeah.
It's always a crowd pleaser.
and I really feel like the corn is probably going to be really good.
Yeah, it'll definitely add a cool taste to it.
Yeah.
And texture.
And like that's kind of my philosophy with gluten-free cooking. So this is an Italian recipe, and it's usually with breadcrumbs, but these crumbs are actually corn. So it's real. It's not like a fake food, you know, with a ton of different flours. And that's kind of what I really like. So it's actually something no one's gonna feel like they're missing out, and that's the whole point. Because gluten-free food should never, ever make you feel like you're missing out. So let's see how it feels. Ooh, it looks
Does it
good,
look a
right?
little crispy?
Looks crispy and nicely brown.
Yay!
I'm thinking it's the cast iron skillet.
The kind of skillet you have is probably pretty useful.
Yeah. So this is actually my husband's favorite skillet. I don't clean it because if I did clean it, I would get rid of all the seasoning on it. And he's very particular that it's what the seasoning.
I don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know. It basically means grease. There's like grease baked into this thing. I don't understand it, but he doesn't want me to scrub it. He has a very particular way that he cleans it, but it seems to do a really good job. So maybe he's right.
Meh.
Who knew? Who knew? These look amazing. Kind of reminds me of like a veal cutlet or something.
Yeah.
Too. Okay.
They're like, it's cooked very similarly, and the most important thing with the chicken is that they have to be about 1/4 of an inch thick, because otherwise you'll overcook in order to try to get the chicken cooked through, but the breadcrumbs will be burned, and
Right. And they need
That's
to be
never
even
good.
all the way across,
Yeah.
because again you'll get like little burnt edges.
yeah, you want
or-
like a nicely browned all over. And if you're feeling a little nervous about cooking the chicken all the way through, but the breadcrumbs are starting to burn, you can cheat a little bit and just throw it in the oven, and then the chicken will cook through, and the breadcrumbs will be fine.
And there you go. A really great tip. I think these are done.
Yeah, they look like they're cooked through.
Let's see.
Both sides look nice.
I thinking this is done,
Yeah,
right?
we're all good. I'll
All right.
get the plate.
So we're gonna put it on a plate. Thank you. It's always so much fun having helpers and people that bring their amazing recipes. It's not even just a helper. She's like bringing a recipe. She's telling me how to do this. It's amazing. Okay, so yeah, I think we're gonna go taste test this thing. Okay, so the Parmesan chicken.
Very important.
See, it's really hard, right? Is made, and we're gonna taste some. So.
Good, right?
I think the corn tastes really good.
It does.
Do you taste like a big difference between?
No, it's not a super big difference. I mean, it's different, obviously, but
Right.
not like a bad difference. They both taste good.
No, I think that's right. So, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time.